Kia ora everyone, welcome back to the channel and to November plans. Can you believe we're heading into November? It's getting towards the end of the year, folks. And so I was looking at my goals for the year and I realized that we basically have 2 months left. And December, I'm going to want to focus on Christmas colouring. So that really just leaves 1 month to make a final push on those yearly goals. And for me, my big goal this year is working in unworked books. So that is why for the month of November, I have decided that it is going to be New Book November. It is books that I have untouched, and I am actually running a hashtag for this. So, on Instagram, if you'd like to join, just complete a page in any untouched book and use the hashtag NewBookNov24. And if you would like to tag me in it as well, just to make sure I see it, because sometimes Instagram can be a little weird about these things. So, yeah. So I hope maybe some of you will join me in the push to touch those untouched books, those final books for that are left on the list. I mean, I don't think we'll get through all of them, but we have a few and we're going to make a push in November. And then December, I have a couple of untouched Christmas books, so I'll focus on those first, but it's going to be Christmas colouring. So this is the month that we're going to try and push as much as we can. Now, in terms of books that I have chosen, I haven't chosen anything yet. Because the other thing that I've been seeing doing the rounds is people using a random picker to choose their books. And it just looks really, really fun. I really like sitting there, seeing them get the random book, pull it out, flick through it, and then choose a page. So I really want to participate in that. But of course, I don't want to pull from my whole collection because I want to focus on those untouched books. Luckily, my tracking system will make this very, very easy. Let's flick over to it. So welcome to my colouring book collection spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet that I use to track all my colouring books and my work in the colouring books. This is something that I started this year and I'm finding it very, very handy for figuring out my books. In here, I have the location of the book, the author, the title of the book, the type, because I have books, magazines, PDF books, and then other for certain things. If it's worked or unworked, how many pages I would consider colouring. So yes, I did go through and count all the pages that I would work in a colouring book. It took a long time. I have a row for if I have any work in progresses in the book, and how many pages I have completed in the book, which gives me an overall percentage of how much I have done in that book, as well as any notes about the book. And I like tracking this because I can do things like sorting my columns to see the books that I have done the most in, which is currently Colouring Heaven, Fledgling Fairies, as well as Mythomorphia, then my Disney Stained Glass. I can sort it by author or title alphabetically, so I can see every book A to Z. So if I need to find a certain book, say I want to find Crystal Colouring by Kate O'Hara, I can just change it, search the title, and then I know that that lives on shelf A2. I can sort it by illustrator to see all the books I have of a certain artist. Be like, oh yes, if I'm out shopping and I happen to find a new book, say with Joanna's books, I'm out shopping and I see Secret Garden, I'm like, do I have Secret Garden? I can change this to Joanna, look at all my books that I have and see, yes, I have the artist edition of Secret Garden, but it is missing pages from the previous owner. And it's currently unworked. So yeah, it's just a handy little way for me to sort out where everything is and what I have. Let's sort that A to Z. And of course, the big thing that I can do is sort unworked and worked books. So this gives me the percentage or the number of books that I currently have unworked in my collection. So this is what we want to pull from. So that goes to row 62. So that means I technically have 61. I don't know where that unprinted come from. Let's get rid of that. I currently have 61 unworked books because row 1 is the title bar. However, when we pull our random books, if we get number 1, we're just going to ignore it. Rather than trying to -1 from every number pulled up, we're just going to ignore number 1 because that's much, much easier in my brain. So yeah, in terms of random number generators, Google makes our life very, very easy because we have a random number generator that we are going to use to pull all our books. And so I'm going to aim to pull about 20 books. That's about my average on a regular month for colouring. I also have ready to go a page in my colouring journal, and I will write down any pulls that we get, and then I'll grab the book off the shelf and we will flip through and mark some pages to colour in November. I'm excited. I really like seeing people's random picker pulls, so I think this is going to be really fun. It was probably going to take a while. Most of the videos are quite long. Alright, let's go back to the spreadsheet and let's go and pull our first number. 60. Alright, so row 60. Ooh, Steampunk Special. I've been avoiding this one. Colouring Heaven Steampunk Special. Okay, let me just go and grab that one off the shelf and I will show it. Okay, let's fold that in half and get that to the side. Here is the Steampunk Special. This is a Colouring Heaven magazine and it's got designs by Matt and Dawn Davidson. This is a very old issue of Colouring Heaven. It was one of my first, and when I got it, I was so intimidated. I knew I couldn't colour it. But I feel like my skills have developed a lot more since then, and it's a really gorgeous issue. It's also on the old style Colouring Heaven paper, so it's much thicker as well. She's very cute. Do like that on time. That could be quite simple as well. Not so much that one. I actually just started watching Westworld as well, so this is kind of appropriate. There's definitely some crossover on the costumes in that. I don't want any with words, and now I think that's kind of cool too. Alright, so far we're all on the Dawn, and then I think we get into, yeah, there's some of Matt's. I feel like Matt's have got a lot more detail. I love this Alice page, but oh my gosh, is that going to be a lot of work. It is grayscale, so it would make it a bit quicker, but it's also quite fine, so it's going to be a bit difficult for markers. Yeah, I feel like Matt has quite a bit more detail. I've always loved the Baroness page as well. Jellyfish. That's really cool too. Center of the Earth. Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it's just really, really neat. And I kind of regret I haven't coloured in here yet, so I'm glad this one was the first one we pulled. I definitely don't want to do the full robot because that's a lot of medals. I am more confident in my medals, but see, that one would have been really cool for Space Timber. I do like underwater. Keep a finger in that one too. Just so detailed. And lots inspired by classic fairy tale and mythology and stories. Okay. I really love a lot of these ones, but I think I'm actually going to go with this one, On Time. Now, I know this is quite simple compared to all the others, but also with this book, because it's been such a block for me to work in it for so long, starting with something simple like On Time gives me the ability to sort of crack the book, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, it's fine, I've done this one, so we can do any of them. I just know this is one that I've had for a long time, being like, I can't work in that yet. So let's break that by doing On Time, number 3. And I can see having fun using watercolor or something and like doing some sort of spread background. Like, it doesn't need the full background colored in, but just putting some color in there and then just focusing on her. I can use alcohol markers, so it'll be a nice simple one. I'm excited for that. I think that was a excellent first pull. Try and see if there's a date on it. Back when they used to put an image on the back. Very old colouring, Kevin. It is issue 74 for anyone that wants to know. Okay. So now if we get 60, we can ignore that. I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper to write our numbers down so I know what to ignore. We're ignoring number 1 and 60. All right, next. Actually, I just realised we can ignore 1. Okay, number 6. So right up to the start. 6, Colormorphia. Oh, is it the one that I was looking at yesterday? Colormorphia. All right. So, Colormorphia. It is not the one that I have a buddy in this month. World of Color, I believe, is the one I have a buddy in. So if we pull World of Color, the page is already decided. That's easy. That's a no time duration buddy. So I'm not pulling it necessarily, but it also if it gets summoned, that's what we're going to color. All right, let's have a flick through World of Color. I do love a steampunk cat. I have already coloured that one though in another issue, and we've already got a steampunk item. I have had a need to colour one of these doodle pages. Like, I've been wanting to colour one. I've just been like, I really want to colour one of these with the realism and then the doodles. And I do like the dino page, so dino page could be an option. Tiger is very cool, but it's very jarring between the cartoon and the realism. This one almost feels more accurate, like more in line, because the dinos also still have some realism. Still got to do that one in Mythomorphia, so if I was going to do it, I'd do it in Mythomorphia. Yeah, no, I still like the dino one better than the rhino. I think I am going to focus on one of these realism head to doodle ones. I've been seeing a few people's versions of this lately. Not completed, I've just been watching old videos where people show this one off. I think it's from Imagimorphia originally, so a lot of people have done that one. The bear is also cool, but I really like the dinosaur. Hands aren't great. It kind of gives the same thing because we've got the realism of the whale and then all the little doodle fish around. I do also really like the whale. Castle. I have coloured this dragon before. It is really fun. Don't want to do that one again right now. I will eventually. Oh, Underwater World. No thank you. It took me so long the first time I coloured Underwater World. Still prefer the dino. Do love the jellyfish as well. Jellyfish are also very cool. And this fox. Okay. Might need to use some actual post-its instead of just my fingers. Oh, it's a full-length version. I just coloured this half. It was in Geomorphia, but it's actually a full-length version, so that's cool. I thought it would also be... I did it in pinks and purples originally, but I thought it would be cool to do it in greens and blues, so I guess I get that opportunity now. Alright. We've got the fox, the jellyfish, the whale, which I think I'll veto that one because it is the jellyfish kind of, but they're not. I really was in the mood to do one of these. And I do really like the fox, but I think we're going to call the dino. I keep on getting called back to the dinosaur. And I haven't coloured a lot of dinosaurs. I have done some. But it's been a while since I've coloured a dino, so I think we're going to go for dino. Cool, there's our second one chosen. Let's go back to our spreadsheet and our random number generator. Book number 3. Magical Jungle by Joanna Bedsford. Okie dokie. Okay, Magical Jungle. I know I pulled this out, I think for September, or all the crazy happened and then the move and all that sort of stuff. So I had a page, but I wasn't really 100% sure on the page. Like I marked it, but I was like, I'm probably going to change my mind. We won't go back to the original page I tagged. This one's really hard for me because it's a lot of leaf and flowers, and admittedly, leaves and flowers aren't always my favourite thing in the world to colour. But something like that could be quite nice. I've been playing a lot with watercolour lately, so having that sort of multicoloured spread out background, not colouring the whole thing, and then you can just come in with pencils and go over the top. Find one immediately at the start again. I get swayed. And even if I choose one of these pages, if I change my mind, I'm going to switch. And it's kind of cute too. I mean, technically, if I do that one, I'm doing 2 pages in here. Because it's a double, and I do count double pages as 2 pages. I think I prefer the other one more. Do love a good underwater scene. the flow of the other one's just really nice, the curvature of it. Bottle's kind of cool too. Keep a finger in there. Again, still prefer the first one. And add the back. Right, elephant bottle. I think I'll go this one. Like, I can see it's a double page spread, but use watercolors and just do some colors fading up and fading out. Let it dry, maybe some salt for fun textures. Then once it's dry, just come in here with some pencils. Quickly color each section. Yeah, again, I don't see it being one that would take overly long. And I can see it being a lot of fun. So what are we going to call this? I guess I'll just call it Jungle Border. I don't know. Maybe I'll think of a better name. We have a post-it on it anyway, so we'll be able to find it again. But just so we know. There we go. There's our third page chosen. It's going to take a while to get to 20. But again, I can average 20. I can do a lot more than 20 in a month. So I just figured I'd pull 20 out of the list. Okie dokie. Generate. 48. Row 48. Tropical Wonderland postcards. Okay. I need to go and get my hospital bag. Right. Hopefully this is not a sign that I'm going to go into hospital next month. We're not going to go into my hospital. I am trying to make it a whole year without being admitted into the hospital. And we haven't been admitted to hospital so far this year. So we're doing good. We're doing good. But yes, this is a postcard set by Millie Mariotta of Tropical Wonderland. This actually lives in my hospital bag. And I recently did a video where I showed everything that's in my hospital bag, including these postcards. I keep this one on top because it's got a little staining. So it means if anything else gets dirty, it's fine. But yeah, it is just a Tropical Wonderland book, but in postcard form. So this is one of the other books on my list because it's not really a book, but it's still colouring. So a lot of these are a little smaller than the actual... Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Because these are postcards, we can go nuts with media here. It'd be really neat to actually paint this with acrylics, maybe. I do like that one. I'm going to just keep that one to the side. I do kind of like that bird too. One to the side. So yeah, it lives in my hospital bag and it's there so if I fall I can easily keep myself entertained and calmed in hospital. It's like a grab and go situation. But I haven't worked in them yet because basically they're there for when I fall, so I don't gravitate towards them because the items don't live on my shelf. So normally, I think even in the haul, I said, you know, if I show these in a completed pages, it means I've fallen. So obviously this month I'll be showing it and not have fallen. We're speaking positively here. Not going into hospital. Your... Oh. These are on beautiful fit card as well. Oh, that one's going to be tiny. I do keep a set of fine liners in my hospital bag as well. Oh, that one's tiny. But honestly, you could kind of ignore the patterns and just play with inks and shimmer sprays and all sorts of bits and pieces. That one's just a pattern, but it's kind of cool. I like the two that I've pulled, and also that kind of hurts to flick through with my hands. Yeah, I'm really drawn to this, and I like the idea of maybe playing with some acrylic paints because we can, or watercolors and shimmer sprays. Shimmer sprays would actually look really good on this one too. Okay. I'm going to mark the bird just because I can see that with a lot more media options, but there's a good possibility I may switch to the tiger. And what I'll do, even though I don't necessarily need to mark it because I could just put it on top, I'm just going to take a post-it note, stick it on the back. Oop, that's a couple of post-it notes. We'll keep that one upside down and keep our top image on top. Put these back in the box. So we are doing bird. Original, exciting, detailed name. Okay. Number 5. Let's pull out the book. Row 9. Oh, another Kirby Reflections. This is a newer one. Now, I believe there is a flip through of this book on the channel. It is another... it's kind of a compendium book. It does use existing images. But sometimes, for example, with this jackalope page, they also flip them around or duplicate them. There's some definite playing around. Following section, Alien Worlds. I do love Alien Worlds. Yeah, it's a book about repeating patterns, highlights and shadows, and all sorts of fun stuff. I've coloured this one before and I really hated how it turned out, so it could be fun to recolour it, but also that's kind of a big double page spread. Ooh, got another one of these. I'm going to keep that flamingo marked because I quite like that flamingo. See, this is Alien Worlds and it's been doubled. Yeah, a double spread. I have finished the planet that one is from in Alien Worlds, so it could be quite fun to redo at some stage. I don't think that tree is actually from... I think that one might be an original one here. Oop. And we got swans. I really do like these flamingos though, like, it means bright pink. I think that's what's calling me, is the fact that I can do bright pink. And I can see straight away yellow and soft yellow clouds, bright pink, then lots of warm greens and peaches, and like I can see it already. So I think we'll go flamingo, because if something screams a palette to me, it's usually a good sign. Yay, second Kirby. I love Kirby's work. I think my record for doing Kirby pages was 12 Kirby's in a month, so I'm not worried that we have 2 double page Kirby's so far. All right, what are we up to? Number 6. Back to the web screen. And we have pulled number 6. I've been not writing down my numbers. That's okay. If we look at the list and we see, yeah, that's Colormorphia again. So, nope. Number 20. Ooh, Mythworld. Okay. Let's go and pull Mythworld. Mythworld. This is Fantastical Beasts. It is by Good Wives and Warriors. And it actually goes this way. It's a little on the Zentangly side, but I really do like the images. The Kraken is very, very cool. Do love a Kraken. And the paper feels like it's going to take ink tints beautifully as well as gel pens. And it's just really interesting mythological creatures. I can't even pronounce half these creatures' names, so I'm not even going to try. I haven't got I know that's Chimera. I haven't got the brain or the speaking capability right now. You know, it's been quite a while since I've flipped this book. And I'm looking at this. And I'm actually thinking I should unhaul this. This is, like, it's gorgeous. But I know me. And this is not what I'm interested in colouring. It's too Zentangly. It's funny, at the start of this year, I was like, no, I'd never unhaul a book. I can't unhaul a book. And now I'm like, yeah, no, let's just unhaul it. I sporadically unhaul books all the time now. I haven't had to unhaul too many, but you know what? I'm going to unhaul this book. Oh, slam on the desk. Maybe the unicorn I would colour, but it's still too Zentangly for me. Alright, decision has been made. We have an impromptu unhaul. So what I will do for now is I'm just going to put unhaul on there. You can see I have a tab down here for my unhauls, so that if I'm looking for a book, I can go, oh yeah, I know where that's gone. I removed it. Right. Goodbye, Mythworld. So, now we need to redraw number 6. 26. Maybe we'll have better luck. The Witcher colouring book. Oh, goody. Yay. Oh, this is a lot of getting up and getting down. But, The Witcher. Now, I don't need to flip through this whole book. There is a flipper on the channel, so you can go see this book. But there is one page in here. I mean, there's a couple of pages. There's obviously the unicorn page, which if you know, you know. But there is a page of Siri in here, and I love it. And I've often thought that's the page I want to start with. Now, this is produced by Dark Horse, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have the same paper issues that I've had in the Critical Role books and the Dungeons and Dragons colouring book. Even though that one's not Dark Horse, it's very similar paper. Come on, Siri. I think that was it there. I think that was it. Oh my gosh, now I'm like doubting myself. I mean, could do Yennefer as well. Oh, it's really hard to flick with the sore thumb. Arnie's cute, but Siri with her magic is also kind of cool. Yeah, no, it is the Siri back here. Where'd it go? Oh my goodness. There. Yeah, I don't know. I really love this one. And with the frame and stuff, the frame's going to be a little bit of work, but just the way it is, I think it's what's been drawn to me. And if I change my mind, I will change to the one that is the equivalent of Yennefer in this pose, because they're both really, really neat. All right, so let's rewrite number 6, the Witcher City. Wow, 40 minutes and we've got six books chosen. I knew this would take a while. Okie dokie. Back to our random number generator. 51. Teresa Goodrich, romantic country scenes. Excellent. I've been doing a lot of Teresa this month. I do love Teresa Goodrich, so very, very happy to pull this one. Romantic country scenes. We haven't really had anything to veto. I mean, I've had the one book that I've unhauled, but we haven't had any vetoes yet, which is also very good. This is a 2019 Teresa Goodrich book. Again, you can find a flipper of this one on the channel. That would be real pretty to do, like, you know, when the sunset hits the water and you get all those different colours in there? That would be gorgeous. What I should do is I should have my little bookmarks nearby so that I can just, instead of having to finger hold pages, if I hadn't worked this book for Christmas, that would almost pass as a Christmas page. Not that Christmas is wintry here, but that's more our Christmas. Do kind of like that one's good if I don't really want to deal with anything involving actual people. Oh, put under my paint cup. I also really like this picnic scene, but then I also really like this well. Oh, this is going to be a hard one. Again, that would be an appropriate Christmas one if need be. Okay, I think we've got enough. Honestly, I could choose so many of these. Alright, let's look at this. We've got the couple by the well, the picnic, and then the love boat. So here I could pull out my watercolors and do a lot of this very quickly with watercolor, and then coming in with pencils. I think that would help with the sort of look I'm getting in my head. All right, I'm going to veto this one, just not veto, but remove that one from contention just because there's a lot of flowers. This one technically I think has less flowers, but these are bigger, clearer flowers. There's not too many in here. But I like the idea of playing with the water. So I think we'll go with the love boat. Love boat. That's Teresa Goodrich, Romantic Country Scenes. Okay, let's choose book 8. 30. The Game of Thrones colouring book, the George R.R. Martin version, not the HBO version. Okay. Game of Thrones, GRRM version. I just keep those clear so that I know the difference between the HBO and the George R.R. Martin ones. Alright, let's get this book. Now, funnily enough, the other thing that I've been watching lately is Game of Thrones. I've been rewatching it, and then I wanted to start watching House of the Dragon, so excellent timing of a book. Again, we may have the same paper issue that I had in the, because this is no, actually, I've done stuff with wet media in one of these produced books. I did it in the Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones, the Court of Thorns and Roses colouring book. Right, we're going to skip the start because while the house symbols would be easy, I don't really want to, not interested in colouring those too much. Cersei is really neat. I do like Cersei's image. Sansa. That could be an option. Dolores. Ooh. It could be fun to play with light highlights too, with the fire. Varys. Daria Naharis. Dothraki. That would be a really good one to do with ink tints in watercolory. Really, really beautiful. Oop, I'm slightly off frame. My apologies. I've got so much editing to do for this one. It's not going to be fun. Dragons. Just speeding through here again. But once again, I think we're going to go for the start. And I think we'll go for Sansa. Because straight away, pop of red here, lots of snow, and a beautiful, maybe like a blue dress or something. Just really good pops of colour here. But also, because this is a snowy scene, I can almost just block out a lot of the background with white, use a bit of glitter to make the snow all glittery, and we've just got a bunch of grey here. And I also think I can get away with using alcohol markers on this page. So I think we're going to do the Sons of Stark page. This one's really calling to me. Very handy when the pages that are calling to you are right at the start too, so you find them pretty quickly. As I am choosing these books, if they're as I'm choosing these books, if there's any books that you have that you also want to colour in, any of the same choices, put me a message. I'm more than happy to take a buddy colour, because obviously none of these are buddies so far. So if you see a page that you're like, hey, I have that book, I want to work on that too, just flick me a message on Instagram and I'm happy to buddy with you. Yeah, and if you don't have the books, but there's one page in particular you want to see like the process of or how I would approach it, let me know, because then I know I should record it. Been doing a lot of recording this month. Okie dokie, number 9. 6. We've had 6 before. It really likes to pull up this Colormorphia one. 49. Oop, too far. Okay, so this is a PDF book, so that's okay. That's okay. I was about to say, oh no, it's a Selena Fenwick, but also I did a Selena Fenwick last month and it was fine. So Selena Fenwick, Winged Magic. And this is the one where I have one page that got damaged and is not in the PDF book. So let me go grab it. Okay. So PDF book, Winged Magic. I'm not going to take these out of the plastic just to make my life easier. We didn't already have like a steampunky one. Maybe I'd do Time Flies. Oh, the flying kitty's so cute. Book dragon, flying pig. Oh, dragon sitting. Dragon sitting. That is gorgeous. Hatchling is so cute. So this is a page that is missing. It unfortunately got teared and really badly damaged. So I just pulled it out knowing that eventually I'll reprint it. It's just quite a cute baby dragon. It kind of reminds me of Spyro, to be perfectly honest. Also, that one is a possibility. Oh, and that one has kitties. So I'm going to be honest, I'm getting very swayed by kitties. The Graph and Griffin, Magician Phoenix. Ravenheart is also cool. Oh, okay, a few options. This one, immediately, we have little fairy kitties, so I'm just like, oh. I do love the dragon sitting. And this one is one that would be really easy to do in alcohol markers and really quick. But we have to do fairy kitties. We have to do the fairy kitties. Look at this gorgeousness. Come on. Yeah, we'll just take out the back version too. Look at how cute that is. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. We're going to do magic books. We're going to do some fairy kitty. And I'm probably going to make them black. Because black kitties. And then give them super sparkly wings. And give her super sparkly wings. And I don't know. Maybe play with some fun skin colours for her. I could pull out the watercolours for this one. I could pull out alcohol markers. We have a lot of options. First it. And my magical unicorn post-its are very appropriate here. All right. There's our choice number 9, Winged Magic by Selena Fennick. Our halfway book, number 10. Number 13. Dragonology. We've had a few dragons. I know I've pulled this one out many times, so maybe it's time to finally do it. Alright, Dragonology. This one has got super duper fine lines in here, so we are going to be working with fine liners. And there's a couple in here that I've known that I want to do. This goofy baby here is one of them. Drago Stupidus. Do like the sea serpent as well. You know, I think I want to go for the Draco Stupidus. It cracks me up so much. So that one's pretty easy. And like, again, a little bit of watercolor in the background just to fill that out, to fill out the rocks, even fill out the main part of his body, and then some fine liners to do all the little details, maybe a little bit of pencil shading. I don't actually see this one taking too long, despite how detailed it looks. So that is Dragonology. Quick pick, we love it. Right, number 11. And we get row 11, World of Color. Is this the one I have the buddy in, or was it Color Universe? Let's find out. Alright, so I had to go and double check on my phone, but indeed, World of Color is the one I have a buddy color sorted out in. So, yay! That means in theory I could pull out an extra one, because I was factoring also having this buddy in here. This is with Perfection Cider on Instagram. And we are doing this awesome dragon page right here. And I cannot find this in any other Kirby book. And I remember years and years ago watching a video saying that there were 4 exclusive images in here. So I think this is actually an exclusive, because this World of Color by Kirby is a collection of Worlds Within Worlds, Fragile World, and Mythic World. And I've been through Worlds Within Worlds and Mythic World, and I didn't see this. Now, I could have missed it, I'll be honest. But I didn't see it, and I know it's not in Fragile World. So, yeah. Maybe a bit of an exclusive. So, we're going to put down Buddy with Perfection as the page, because I know what that page is. I already have that written down. So that was easy. And our third Kirby. Row 46. Ooh, another PDF book. 26 Very Deadly Dragons. We're getting a lot of dragons. I don't mind. And I especially don't mind for this one, because this one is very easy to do a page in. This way. So this book, this is a PDF colouring book by Jessica Feinberg, or Jessica C. Feinberg, who is known by Rare Dragons. I discovered her on Twitch. She actually live streams as she's doing her illustrations for her product. She makes like tarot decks and bags, t-shirt, pillows, all sorts of stuff. But the line art that she does for the tarot decks, she also turns into colouring books. So I backed a Kickstarter for one book, which came with a bonus colouring book. Then I won some colouring books, and then she was having like a 90% off sale, so I also brought some colouring books. I have quite a bit of her work. But as you can see, I've actually printed her coloring book half size. And so they're actually really, really good, quick little illustrations. And the paper I've printed them on works really well for just using the super tips technique where you color on a palette and just pick it up, or some ink tint, some watercolor, you know, like these are very, very quick. I've had a lot of fun in her other books just using them as quick little doodles. I do like that dragon with the scissors and the dragon with the sword. The dragon with the scissors is cracking me up. Batter up dragon. Poison dragon. Very full dragon. And then I think I did print a couple of them bigger as well. Maybe one of them? No, not in this one. Sometimes I do print some more detailed full-size pages at full size because they work quite well. But these images are quite simple a lot of the time, so they're quite good as little half-size illustrations. Plus, it was less printing. But yes, I think we're going to do the Scissor Dragon. I just find it hilarious. 26 Deadly Dragons. Scissor Dragon. So that is, we've got a dino. The Draco Stupidus. The World of Color Dragon, and now the Scissor Dragons. This is our 4th dragon that we're ending up doing in November. Funny. It's funny what the random picker will pick for you. All right, lucky number 13. What are you going to pull out for me? Random picker. Number 42. Life is Strange. Oh, okay. Okay. Right, the official Life is Strange coloring book. This is produced by Square Enix and Titan Comics. I brought this thinking it would be based on the video game, but it's actually based on the comics. So it's got a really comic-y illustrative style, but I'm really not a fan of how pixelated the lines are. And I actually talk about this in the flip through on the channel for this book. So I found it difficult to get to this one because I haven't been the biggest fan of the line work, despite liking the story and everything about it. But there is one page in here in particular. It's a butterfly page, and I can see doing that one. This is another one that I might contemplate as an unhaul. This one with Max with the butterfly wings and then these little butterflies around. This would be another one where you could just put some watercolor in the background. You can just color it in all these little butterflies with like a glitter gel pen or glitter gel pens and do different color butterflies and then just color Max here. So a nice simple one, but I think it will be good to also break up some of the more complicated pages, especially all the Kirby's we've got. I like to have a mixture of complicated and simple pages. And the other thing too is I could also paint out the background and get rid of this butterfly altogether and add in my own butterflies. I have tons of butterfly papers, so I could even like cut around this and stick the butterfly paper in. I have so many options here. So I think that's a good one to go for. All right, number 14. Number 49, row 49. We have pulled that one before. I thought we had. Row 19. Pick up the top. Okay. This one might be our first veto. Let me explain why. This here is Colouring Doodles Floral. As you can probably tell by it, it is a very old looking colouring book. I got this second hand. Got these really gorgeous faint lines. It is single-sided. The paper is horribly thin. The thing is, there's one page that has been started. Colouring this does not interest me in the slightest. But this colouring book is really cool because it's from 1969. It's a really old colouring book. And I vaguely remember as a child seeing something very similar around. Like, I don't know if it was like someone else's colouring book that was really, really old that I got to colour in as a kid. I was born in the 80s, so it might be because there were other versions of this. So it might have been something that was produced in the late 70s, and then someone found it decades later and just gave it to me as a kid to colour. So I'm thinking of moving this off my list, not unhauling it, but I have some things that are colouring related but aren't considered a part of my collection. And I'm thinking of moving this to there because I view this almost more like a collector piece rather than a book to colour in. It's more just nostalgia and being a really old colouring book because of the date of publication being 1969. So yeah, I am going to veto this choice. So let's draw another book. 54. Ooh, another Colouring Heaven, the Hatsune Miku collection. I may have pronounced that wrong. Right, I just noticed as I was picking this up, this is actually Hatsune Miku 2 collection. I was thinking that there are actually 2 collection books of this. But here is the issue here. So this is by Colouring Heaven. Now, I don't know the first thing about Hatsune Miku, except for the fact that she usually has teal hair. So I have no idea who these characters are. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what their proper colours are meant to be. I'm probably just going to colour them as cute anime-inspired characters, just because the illustrations are gorgeous. I mean, we could do your classic Hatsune. Oh, that's pretty. It'll be a nightmare. So many fine florals. My least favorite thing in the world to color. I kind of like that one. That one's very cute. I also really like that one. And that one. Can't really talk about this one because I just genuinely don't know anything about the characters. It's super cute. So's that one. was just saying about the flowers, but I actually think I like this one because it's got the cherry blossoms, and I really like her plaits. And because it's cherry blossoms, I can do lots of sweet pinks, and I can see a color palette, which is always a good idea. The ribbon of one of my bookmarks just landed in my paint water, which happens to be right below the bookmarks, which is not where it's meant to live. Let's dry that off. Right. Hatsune Miku collection. Coloring Heaven, and I'm going to put Sakura. Cute. I think that would be a good one to do in alcohol markers too. Right, number 15, 3/4 of the way there. 41. Oh, Throne of Glass. Okay. The Throne of Glass colouring book. Funnily enough, I just started listening to the Throne of Glass series again while I've been working. So I've been making my way back through book 1. I've read Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight. But I stopped at the second one. I also have the third and fourth one. There's a lot more of them now. But yeah, I'm making my way through the first one. So let's focus on the start around book 1. Two. I have always loved this one. It's going to be a mission. Obtain. No, sorry. What was her name? I can't remember her name, but she's very, very cool. I like the idea of working on this while I listen to the books, so this is why I'm excited. Same with like the Game of Thrones and even the steampunk special. I'll probably keep watching Westworld. Could do the ladies in the garden. I mean, that's from Crown of Midnight. But I think. Oh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Ear of Fire, Ear of Fire. Queen of Shadows. So I'm not up to the Queen of Shadows. Crown of Midnight. Okay, so that's the last of the Crown of Midnight ones. It's been a while since I've read Crown of Midnight, so I don't remember much about it. Although that could be a really cool one to do with the pose. Quite epic. I do like that. I love the garden, but there's just so much detail that I'm not ready to do. I also really love the angle here when they are climbing up in one of the challenges. But that's going to be a lot of grey stonework, which I'm not really in the mood for. I do love where they're sitting here in front of the castle. And of course I love the ball scene, which is from the assassin one, which I haven't read. I think I will go with this one. I feel like this is a really good one to start off the book. And just like Silania? Kaliana? I can't remember how the audiobook pronounces it. Selania. I know. The main character. Throne of Glass. It's so funny, like, if you read a fantasy book with all the made up names and then you get the audiobook and you're like, oh, that's what it's meant to be sounding like, because I'm so terrible with names anyway. And fantasy names, just even worse. Right. I am calling this a booty shot because it is, but it's also a very strong, powerful pose, and I like it. Okay, home stretch, book number 16. Row 7, right back up to the start. It's another Kirby! Okay. Half debating vetoing this one just because we already have so many Kirbys. However, I did look through this one recently and there are some really, really neat images in here. Like, I quite like this little bird here. It needs a, yeah, it would be a double. Although I could do it with my inks and that would be quite quick. We're going to have a look as well because I think there's a parrot in here that I quite liked as well. Again, I was looking at it. Yeah, this one. We could do rainbows. And I've had the mood. Alright, what we'll do is we will flag this parrot. But I'll leave this one, like I'll do all the other animal with doodle ones first. And if by the time I get to this one I'm sick of it and I've had it, I'm going to switch to the shark page. And I will pull out my acrylic inks on this page. I think that's my plan for Kleidomorphia. And if we pull another Kirby, I think I may veto it just because, you know, we'll see, we'll see. Parrot. And I'll put shark back up. All right, number 17. This is so fun. It's so fun to pull these random books. Row 17 for number 17. Nature's Magic by Stratton Peterson. Okay, cool. Different artist. So this one's really nice. I like these long books where they have information on one side about the item and then these really beautiful illustrations on the other side. So, not flowers. Tell you right now, I ain't in the mood for flowers. Oh, I do like berries, but that's, no, too many berries. The snake is cool. Bees are cool. Kitty! Catnip? Okay, but it's a lot of leaves. It has kiwi fruit, and I'm allergic to kiwi fruit. Oh. Right, I think regardless of whatever page we get, we're going to get a lot of florals because it is about, you know, plants and things that grow. So I just have to accept that this is going to be a florally one. Ooh, I do like that one with the bees and like the flowers, but the big flowers, but the bees are calling to me. Coloring Bumblebee, I summon thee! Knowing her love of colouring bees, it's quite possible that she's already coloured it. I feel like she's got this book. I could be very wrong. Yeah, no, this one's still calling to me. This vintage heart-shaped perfume bottle is filled with a traditional medieval love potion, an infusion of rose petals and honey that was thought to attract love into your life if you consumed it. Oh, so we've got roses and honey, which again also gives us a colour palette. Because roses, there are some beautiful rose colours out there. And then, of course, we've got the honey. Oh, I like that. We're going to go for this one. So, nature's magic. Believe in love. And again, this is single-sided, so I can pull out alcohol markers for all the basing, so that'll help speed through the page a little bit more. And this one's got quite big areas, so I can see alcohol markers working quite well in there for a lot of it. All right, number 18. Oh, we don't need that. 27. Daria song, Night Voyage. I just did a Daria song this month. Okay, let's have a look at this book. So this one is a second-hand book that I purchased. I believe there is one page that the previous owner has also coloured in here. I think when I was flicking through these, this one was the one that I was the least inspired by, but I was also in a funny mood when I flipped it, so, you know. Oh, we got a little card. That's kind of cool. I do like that top-down angle as she's writing. Oh, not even in frame. Have I bumped my camera? Quite possibly. Do like that one. That's kitties and cakes. Oh, I stand corrected. This book is fantastic. It has a picture of cakes with kitty. Kitty books. Ah, yes. So that's the page that was completed by the previous owner. Okay, we have a lot of kitties in this one. Oh, look. I could paint another galaxy and this time just leave the kitty in there. There's a tutorial on my channel about using acrylic paints to paint a galaxy on a page very similar like this in the Time Garden. Okay, no, I remember now. This one has a lot of really gorgeous double page spreads that I absolutely love. I was thinking of one of these pages for Christmas, actually, because it's got some Christmassy type ones. That one could be quite straightforward. Because I have a stencil, a cloud stencil, and I could just use Distress inks and put in the clouds. And then we just colour on here. Like it's another double. But there's actually not too much to colour in terms of potential area. Some of these are very detailed, but gosh, do I love them. Or do I go for the kitty tea party? Because, I mean... and then, like, I love this one, but this is more than a month's work. This is probably going to take me a couple of months to do that one as well. All right. We'll have a backup page again. In fact, I'll mark both of them just so I can remember. Because the thing is too, I know me, I know how I change my mind, and I'm very much a mood colorist. And I don't have like anything. So this one here, I can tell by it that I'm going to have to pull out my pencils in this, and this is going to be a lot of detailed shading. This is very fine detail work. This is going to take me a while. And so by the time I get here, I may not be in the mood for all that. So having that more simpler one is going to be a good idea. Oh, I wrote the illustrator again. Daria Song, Night, Voyage. And we'll put Kitty, Tea, Party, Origami back up. Yeah, I do love this. We don't really have a lot of like, even though I've got a lot of Kirby's and stuff, there's nothing that I've pulled so far that I can see being this is going to take a really, really long time. But that Kitty Tea Party page might. So we'll see how I feel. All right, number 19. Almost there. 9. Have we had 9 before? We have. That is Reflections. 10. Wondrous Animals. Okay, as I said, if I got another Kirby, I would veto it. I'm going to veto it. Just because we've got a bit of Kirby. 34. Okie dokie. Hinkler, Art Maker, Queen of Dragons. Here she is here. Now, this one was a purchase this month that I made. I purchased this not realizing this is AI art, but I cannot return the book, so I have kept it and I am going to colour in it, but I just want you to be aware that this one is AI art. I mean, straight away I'm drawn to that. Also, more dragons. In fact, I might zoom you out a bit because this book is quite large. Apologies if anyone feels a bit sick there. I'm gonna get weird lights. Can I counteract the light a bit? There we go. Get rid of the shadows. Now these are all single-sided, so again, alcohol markers, and with grayscale it's going to be a lot easier too. The couple's kind of cool, especially because I can just kind of ignore the background and focus on the couple. That's beautiful too. I love the two of them looking at each other. And they're both so pretty. Same idea, but I like the other one better. Yeah. It's so big it's getting caught on my camera cord. It's really cute too. Oh. Okay, I like that one even more. Not as grayscale as the previous one, but I like it. It's more close up on the couple And they're both so pretty. Yeah, no, I like that. And it's the same thing too. So for the background, I could just use like a dark green or ink tints or inks or acrylic paints. That's easy. It's gonna be all about these two. And I love colouring plats as well. And they both are gorgeous. And they have freckles and oh, they're cute. Yeah, I think we'll do this one. So this is number 19. Art Maker Queen of Dragons. And we will call it A Promise of Love. Take that from this little thing over here. Oop, pulled off a couple of post-its here. And then number 20. While you are on the screen, I'll just adjust my camera back a little bit. It's probably out of line, but number 20, book 32, which is another art maker. The Fae Fantasy art maker, which was right on top since I just pulled out the Queen of Dragons. So again, this was another one. I didn't need to move my camera at all, did I? It's because I moved my camera. This one is another AI generator. It was purchased at the same time. There's 3 of them. Part of me is tempted to pull out the third one as like a bonus one, especially because my buddy color got chosen as one of the randoms, and I have factored in also having the buddy on the list as well. Oh, it's so pixelated. Things I didn't notice when I impulse brought them. I love her as well. Huge. That's cool. Especially with all the armor. Oh, it's cool too. Is that the cover? No. I mean, it's flowers, but it's not many flowers. And I can do it as like a Fae nymph or something. Ooh, that's cool too. Where's my bookmarks? These books are so big they keep hitting the camera cord. That one's pretty too. And that one. Oh, the 3 of them together is so cute too. Okay. We haven't really got any witches. I think we've got... I mean, we got the Witcher colouring book. But I do really love this one. Yeah, no, I think we'll go for this one. I love the idea of colouring her like a forest nymph and giving her green skin and playing around with that. So, art maker, Fae Fantasy. Me just hitting the... And we'll just call it nymph. Because that's what I kind of see her as. I can use alcohol markers for that one too. And then, since we're here, it's since the buddy colour got pulled, we're going to do one more bonus, and I'm going to add in this third one and add in one more dragon, because why not? My prerogative. I'll probably, like, knowing me, I might even do some more. I might add in some more. Oh, that's kind of cool, doing all the assets. So this is Art Maker Dragon Rider. Again, this is AI art, if you weren't aware by now that this whole series is, because I impulse brought it before I realised. I really like this. We can colour this like it's deep dark into a cave. This is the edge of the cave, and she's picking up the dragon egg. A little bit of outside. A lot of metallics, but that's okay. I think I can work with that. We're going to call this one Bonded per that. So there's technically not a dragon on there, but it's another dragon themed one. Seems to be a trend. But there is our 21 picked pages for November. Now, knowing me, if it's a good month, I can get even more done. But 20 is about my average, what I like to have picked. And if I get more done, bonus. There's also a very distinct possibility I will pull out some books that I've already worked in because I want to, you know, I love Alien Worlds. But we have enough Kirby this month. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with these selections. There were a couple of books that I was very, very worried about being pulled. The Disney Dream Studio by Thomas Kincaid. Cough, cough. We didn't pull any of the Christmas books, which means they can all be saved for next year, next month as well, in December, which is awesome. So yeah, I hope you'll join me for hashtag New Book November 24, and let me know down below, how are you going with your goals? Have you got some untouched books that you want to hit in November with me? Have you got any of these books that you are wanting to do the same page as me and do a buddy in? Some of the Kirby's are across multiple books, so you might have the image in another book. Let me know. But yes, I love hearing from you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this rather long video. This is going to take a while for me to edit, but that's all good. Thank you so, so much for watching. All the araha to you all. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!